Rallies and vigils planned across the country, coming almost 1 week after the verdict in the George Zimmerman trial. Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly Wright.
I'm Jamie Colby. Good to have you here. This is a brand new hour inside America's News headquarters, and we want to give you a peek at this. Demonstrations are scheduled today in 100 cities, including New York, Miami, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Philadelphia. All of this after the Florida jury found the former Neighborhood Watch volunteer not guilty in the death of Trayvon Martin. Brian Yanis is live in Lower Manhattan, where there's also a rally there. And I believe Trayvon's mom's expected, right, Brian?
That's right. Sybrina Fulton just addressed the crowd probably 25 minutes ago in which she said it's time to move on past the verdict and kind of move forward. And that's what everyone here is doing. If you just take a look behind me at the crowd, it has literally doubled its size, probably more. We're estimating more than 500 people are here from less than an hour ago. People are holding up Stand for Justice, Trayvon Martin cutouts. They're holding posters. They're bringing their kids. They're holding umbrellas. It's 90 degrees out here. It is really hot. We're just getting off of our first heat wave. So people are just here and they're energetic. We spoke to one protester who came to New York City as a tourist and found herself right in the middle of everything when she jumped into the crowd.
The rallies prior to the verdict were focused on getting justice and trying to bring the country to an awareness of what takes place in many neighborhoods across the country. And I think now the focus is more so on trying to prevent this from ever happening again and to try to persuade the Department of Justice to bring a case in this matter to try to still get some justice for Trayvon Martin.
That's exactly what these 100 vigils, planned 100 vigils across the country, are meant to do. They're meant to move forward past the verdict. That's what organizers and people here are telling me. You know, they're not only here in New York City. You had mentioned it before, Jamie. We have protests in Philadelphia and in D.C., in Atlanta, where the crowds are said to be growing from a few hundred, and they're very vocal. They're using their bullhorns and they're using they're chanting. This is a far cry from the protests we've seen maybe a week ago in Los Angeles, for instance, where they were described as more violent, where protesters went in on the highways and blocked interstates. But here, right now, at the vigils, especially here in downtown New York City, they're talking to the crowd. The crowd is energetic, and it's about moving forward. You know, part of it is, the main thing is that they really want to put pressure. They want to put pressure on the Department of Justice to really look into possible civil rights violations that George Zimmerman might have had when he shot Trayvon Martin. They're trying to put more pressure on that. The DOJ has said that they have an open investigation, but that is really what these vigils are meant to do. So here you see it in New York City, right here in downtown. People are holding their signs. It's about moving forward, and you know, it's hot, and yet they've shown up in numbers.
All right, thank you so much for the report. We'll check back with you to see what is happening, at least at the one in Manhattan. We're monitoring all of them.